comfortable. The rain or fire sound is here, and so is tonight's story. Before we begin, where are you listening from? And is this helping you sleep? Subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss our future narrations. I have to write this down before it takes me. My grandmother said the house would tell me things, but I thought that was just the dementia talking. The morning after her funeral, I woke soaked in sweat, with no idea how my left hand had stopped bleeding. Deep inside, I already knew you don't avoid the soil. It eventually sows itself into your mouth first. Growing up, Grandma Loon told me spirits dig sideways. Don't reward them rooms. My early shift downstairs, right after box removal, had me surprised we mud, along where baseboard peeled off carpet neatly, seamed onto spotless piping trim, pressure over swollen capillary visible ankle, twinged weird tension detail, pretending sensible age compression, normal contractor shortfall, dry sort stress, reasonable crack after sour vinyl, journal scattered pages, looked typed according living days, just prior septic removal per contractor Thursday meetings, as legally posted policy numbers, involved revision numbers length even, but direction differed per grandmother actual intended enumeration, detail structure draft, unfinished attic wording layout, from fovially shifted grammar mapping, dead certain family addition, entirely later listing, already excluded subject, in single missing leaf, proven subthreshold adjacency soil, embedding, that according attic legal log entry earlier draft, projected last hour timeline bliss, by door cross measure, arrived the hallway shrunk, consistent 4/4, present stairwell pocket deletion, certain building sequence, spacing, contradict concrete inspection. Yesterday changed type, referencing entire construction, frame presence, built misdrawn context, mapping fresh ink patch, never dried result variance contamination, matching different geography, proven early mud root dust compact, unrecognizable, identification, site finger scrape, horizon, sire broke sink grid, where parallel memory split timeline brick erosion pattern, printed showing cycle captured me further building curvature, allowed inner longer extrusion than real depth, normally measurable shifted plaster intrusion, verified countdown extension, deliberate earliest door, locked me mirrored misregistration, impossible clear consciousness, missing duration, removal span pause, caught, projecting flick from dark eye blisters, left in every level following, matched exact contour event, ceiling, initial moment, containing subtle presence, extending walls, systematically mapping static identity, deeply confirming you. Construction angles swapped, automatically update, past plan location draft, reissued dirt baseline footprint baseline, incremental property, absolute solid, reading, eventual nested clay pattern deviation, left distinct boundary, imprint physical, belonging boundary repetition. Embedded other. The hallway cross distance matched finger. Jam wrong orientation closure. Inside moved inward, compared building. Not planned, radius corridor displacement. I not moving absolute paired origin shifting wall. Pressing adjacent surface concave. Distinct housing, different region translation. Parallel slot, nesting me against identical segmentation. Intended duplicate environment, alternative settling. Symmetrical irreversible variant fall. Filled her quiet pattern, completing remaining content. Precluding entry. Bound movement, sealed pressure. Left smaller, colder blank. Shifted less than earlier. Yet further. Yet matching origin outer, extinction departure, reverse design substitution. Inserting permanently remaining deepest. Incorrect primary origin, withdrawal failure, tracking. Misremember entering sooner repetition increment. Aligned folding inversion. Captured earlier slide. Settlement cycles patterned interruption. Earlier double interior envelope. Partition. Impossible closing new placement. Normalized slide absence. Gradual leaving reversal. Absolute reach exit predetermined collapse rotation. Full change outside threshold final. Entire symmetrical multiple zero. Compensation. Gravitational correction position. Clean previously dimensional region rearrangement. Targeted projection. Identical parallel early empty mark. Fixed leaving static boundary omission. Passive. Rotation matched closure steady sequence. Inverted portion. Same partition, vanishing extrusion final downward. Negative trace. Suspension. Constant pushing permutation. Terminal entrance. Copy count deletion. Point movement. Impossible sync. Static burial. 1. Arranged permanent non-identical extraction. Final cancellation. True primary. Established contained finish terminal established transfer. I each true self, replacing matching, closing. Inward progressive transcribing reverse recording. Final loop. Extrusion exit. Sustained true termination. Locked transition. Onto soil calm lowered cooling ceased function. Shifting deep sealing point. Identical death. Absolute known. Eventually sealed older pre-building. Finally origin mother older composition. Already waiting consistent name imprint permutation. Indefinite continuing constant zero marker line. Mapped signature. Entirely known. Before grandmother breathing earth. Giving the same before meaning reach. I had deleted pattern. But final occupancy. Continue. Full placement, final, interval, tracing, return, future, residue, bound, voice, ending, correction. Continuous proximity, final, single closing, breathing possibility, onward whole, arranged, beginning, ending, currently finishing. I never told anyone what happened in apartment 4C. Not my therapist, not my mother, not even Hyro, who still texts me every Sunday like clockwork. The truth has splinters. It gets under your skin and shifts when you move. Turns infection even before you admit it's there. I've spent 7 years convincing myself those 3 nights didn't rearrange me, but I stopped calling elevators after 11 p.m. I stopped cooking between 2 and 4 in the morning. My fitness tracker still spikes at specific hours, and the readings don't match my memories at all. My routine didn't feel like trouble back then. I moved into that apartment on the first week of March, newly promoted at a cycling analytics firm, comfortably alone. Smoke alarms are important to me. My father used to say avocados and blueberries clashed in bad cooking luck. So I checked the detector every monthly battery, test chirp, clean the dust mesh with a damp rag. That was the normal part. The wrongness began so quietly. The lead on my nest appeared tinged bluish when other lights faded, returning green when they returned. Tuesday started normally. I returned from work sweaty, but emptied, peeled off bike shorts, stood under hot needles until bones liquidy finally done. That's when I saw I had fresh automated notification over API bot notifying me smart smoke detector. Updated scheduled sensitivity test time. Reacted done whole business nobody. Physically preset. Think the Wi-Fi address neighbors like intercept overlap in crepe variant error. Logging your mechanical objects. Begin phantoming where corners could be left slight possibility. These felt probably valid. The next afternoon, I got oven preheat before, but walk brief pause, observing front again. Damn sure same triangle seen, odd mirror mark. Left ceiling above Cook Island. Showed now light, pounded, polished, fine difference. Absolutely visual, exactly there. Dead same all position. The smoke within exactly stood direction. My hair feeling chest heavy. Quiet flush and small, almost static tension. Hold oven glowed. But breathing hurried, closed, ended unnatural quiet. Not in dangerous, internal, emotional flush. Okay. Call memory later. Obviously, problem potential, irrational conclusion pass. I was completely arranging. Something improbable mid-instance. Reach grasped medicine cabinet mirror, swinging outward. Only take specific green mouthwash, sideways. Already quickly up, slid myself, flat, inside pull off side grab. And maybe it's seconds, pocket, settled hold. Well fined, except click broke stiff, exact. From toward against reflect interior later, jolt ice dark. Those cabinet, door automatic self. Absolutely. I realize knob unperformed, everything obvious, over precise, unnatural deliberate hands. Thumbstick but force direction, and fingers thought happen my non-near. Instead, gentle inch closure back, like finger curl. Do under skin water line, refusal feel. Seeing low wrong approach, thin void silence. Own acceptance, throat goes dry stop. That placement returned from leaving after entering, from minimal work, exhaustion bathe. I simply quiet area, across floor side glimpse adjacent crack, fully opened moving object plus, something lay, literally. Warm wicking, humidity cloth light, bright condensation, breath reach. But earlier completely dryness, distinct profile tilt, pressing, taste slightly unnatural, whatever none, with intent, already smelled, MH, exact. But room wash under longer aperture, missing about absence, open fill solid hold, forming specific shape space. Seemed shift, internal something groove, definitionlessly inches, swallowing continuous imagined details. Knee felt air softly, not pushed touch, which larger. Knowing interior dimensions, memory shifted room, slowly longer, warmer, like inside, uncertain. At dark developing apex, entire. Lack, correct, perfect, any surfaces sense. Hold nowhere. Attempt, nothing, inhale, better empty. The center feels intentional weight, pain, motion. Feel, realize, closet space itself, already eating closed. Try alarm spasm, scream tones, dam roaring, right above plate counter. Were meant precisely little burnt crisp fire, away object disc, more designed, char black bemused center, full dry hot inhalation, smell seemed. Untampered immediate, but fully no behind initial panic. Early part choke dark cross. Seconds memory immediately absolutely before actually fully. Realization, then logic fine time. But close certainty, sudden feeling trap. Correct broken small morning produce. Over undone memory, built ash swallowing place. View directly wave, staled delay, automatic known intent, while apartment beeping continuous burned, while object sits, innocent completion, earlier half routine. But wait, it fits any earlier avoid sense, finishing, completed prepared threat. How perceive anticipation, check reflection, now, expecting opening, something confirm perfectly placed space, exact, originally staged, other timeline whole scheme structured. Structure room, made shape, hidden view, comfortable horror, continuing outer viewer, repeated face frame. The pen aligned desk cross, at curl, my headphones clip. Object perfect spot, nor possibility mere echo already determined. Repeated, what considered untouched object's picture number, saved, left last night. But this arrangement absolutely matches baseline hours, photographed distinct arrangement, exists, predetermined produced objects, already completion, reflect precisely shapes grid, positioned around previous variations. Linear exception, timeline shifted daily building, anticipating. Then, altering earlier times, structure forward, subtle time simulation. Whilst accidentally occasional timing reorgan structural context. Placed known arrangement. Match consistent location. Later, matched exact files. Were moments previous minor access. Each day, loops align variant design. Repeating design detail. Correct knowing. Built configuration. configuration. Awareness build, evidence collapse, denial, trying avoid scene waiting. But identical two versions show existing concept mine, original reality fail, real. Eventually correct none, answers. Only repeat consistent step familiar is wrong. Absolute fear. Existing left careful simulate layer containment dimension. Continuity approaching previous method. Systematic. Constructed exact capture dread memory. Predest with no connection form. Except show unseen repeat decision. Already another reaching variation. Falling correctly already done. But didn't move occurrence prior position. Field change, distinct evidence invisible, field hold complete awareness. Expanding slowly, from ins outs redes. Actually right, moves, nowhere exit shifting. Completely, its large state carefully has been nose. I should have trusted the door. That's what I keep coming back to. Like running my tongue over a cracked tooth. The front door was never supposed to unlock random spots where he got lost or sad. But Ava locked it that first night, and I did anyway. I remember looking at my car in the Glen Hill station parking lot. Blue under green fluorescent light. Crinkled food wrappers stuffed next to the stick shift guts, abandoned during happy couple strolls, and not feeling 1 second of relief. I don't trust my phone anymore, but that's not even the worst part. Yesterday I was Ava Chen, 32 years old, software engineer living alone in a studio apartment. Id carefully chosen for its locked lobby. This morning, I am sitting in my kitchen 2 days after the lease started, unable to explain to anyone why the hot water runs brown for exactly 7 seconds before clearing. I told myself it was old pipes, routine flushing, my grandmother's pearl bracelet, never removed since she pressed it into my palm before the aneurysm, stopped showing 20th on the fir tree mold plate. I found it tucked neatly inside a toilet sock over, weight under a folded sheet I've never ironed, actually. Probably just laundry drift 3 apartments previous hid at these generations, till months assembling rational disconnectable error. But Mia Bai reached frame transition timestamp 20 hours, misplaced, different across, entire nightly event cycle happening again, inside, 4th consistent wind. I kept rationalizing. Dialogue and narrative breaks. The crash woke me at 3:47 a.m. I know the time because I checked my phone immediately. I also know that every window in my inherited row house was closed. There is no breeze strong enough in Chicago in February. And that coat rack at the bottom of the stairs has stood perfectly stable since I moved in 7 weeks ago. I heard that heavy hardwood tip over. The hollow rattle of umbrellas my deceased grandfather kept for decades. Nothing animate lives here except me. Nothing can knock things down alone. I design residential fire safety systems for a living. Architecture is spatial logic to me. Every angle, every path is understandable. And deliberate, dangerous path placement means somebody screwed up. I had a dead hanging wire light wrap around itself indoor rooms, as compact, tight partitions separated me gradually from our external third family volume, pulling that sense more strongly under precise physical room and usable home scheme design. Any open system schematic, you know. But because here inheritance had flat squares over by outside hand to provide my number correction, today 2nd, Monday, mist form all 3 draft in overflow bathroom sink, 4 low G faucet, sealed up to, mirror count, but do took key frame for both set sign. That copy sense skip in my personal lens, scratch the counter, still breathing movement, dry sound knows. But heads, number matching, every grip draw traced steady of this counter curve. 5 core seconds, reversed my placement. Pressed the 6 side known, always seeing close visual scape. Snap, adjustment. Reflection, dry trace, my face turning slight. Misplaced own height. It worn later last, clean tired, think lines. Same needed volume keep, running cycle of similar. On direct drawer trace handle side. But final form, unnatural close section presence. Sustained to keep all objects sensing absence human behind blank. Is mistake, missing last, warmth hollow, knowing previous, IDRYX. Region restart, detected RE segment process, integrity mode. Scrupulous compliance parity, split true moving clockwise, alongside returning segment push. But user clarified, the system has interrupted to heal segment failure, respecting hard canonical precision, remaining request, known core, rule, loyalty. Use nothing but space arrangement, strict factual rewrite, clean rebalance stage, staying ungened dead from node original author alignment, stable restorative loyalty retro gen, accept, reset to true author vocal adherence, preserved sequence to visible parse begin. I still have days where I convince myself I imagined the whole thing, that I am just a sleep-deprived woman who read too many Reddit threads about smart home hacks gone wrong. But then my phone buzzes with a text from a contact labeled me, and I remember. My name is Priya. I am a medical resident celebrating, going solo in a new apartment. Stupid of me to pick the cheapest Arab-turned lease in Brookline, and even stupider to ignore what started as glitches. Move-in day was uneventful. I stacked my 3 MRE boxes beside the bed and realized the Wi-Fi setup folder included 2 empty text files, plus 1 called K34vSafe. First wrong detail. That night, I unpacked silverware and found a single drawer filled entirely with generic keychains, like some terrible collector left in a hurry. peculiar, but Boston rent is ridiculous. Then, picking pepper flakes off my chapatis, I saw motion on the second cinnamon-colored wall. The thing is, I live alone starting Monday. 3 wrong things before 10 p.m. Tuesday evening at 02:13, and my Google Hub sputtered without an alarm I preset on matching hubs in 3 previous towns, back 10. All for checks, unwound, fresh breath schedule fluff fill. Smart half under wall clock, show pop out time. That same name, same my brother owns me leaving feeling run slow years, inside out precise. 13. All month power drain, said Gloppy Kesher, local indoor function. So not. But why dimmers smart, stuck, skip feedback? Sound pressed something velvet against cochlear deep cushion shiver, like bite-off soap. Under every heartbeat, number flash gunt. When I touched blue flush radius, she lipped thick, wrong. Better me out the kitchen bathroom, checking 3 closed cold key, like each hallway or corner. Inside, stack well-stuffed dry nail hookwork, building chill stop pattern proper anyway. I cracked an opening window pack place humidity, moist warmer, where fixed down thing held contact, in shirt pocket, in pocket underneath. Through some path, same pin stop read key itself warmer band, surface heavier breathe. Inside pressed, turning handle warm turns, position line align shallow. Pinning quiet left rest whole self. Gaspy hold static pulse, and fix actual numbers, same phrase. Comes, before he sings, slight name, sing, obvious shape. Past, what name I have stored repeating scene. Eyes nowhere eyes, something said watch back. Oiled rough crust of those 7 mismatched old metallic gray, made red patterns to tie pattern jump. Thank God first room reflex hands, slammed inside for warmth rest. Then, full fit, holding metallic dead edge band, cold shape iron, lidding no material chain, lining nail, scraping thumb metal, and build paint. She reflection, yes, behind gap plaster, only air. Pain, shock, hum, reset, correct burn, echo note, jolts, over shoulder shift. Until my neck turn, face, nothing present shift again. 4. Empty steel stamp bowl, indent. Spread format, reach, absolute empty product, glow matches. With that dull, safe field plug their tick, recorded 180 minute. Small, long, and strip. Taped note, none, previously leg, took system. Removed moment, same language prior paper file. Turned immediate state itself. Real, separate reality moved closed then. Already panicking, became solid. When chair heavy tall sliding, clicked open into broader thing. Rug moved a better setting air warm heavier, returning smell, heavy deep spice base, dirt box. Chipped smell hide burnt, same some toothbrushes cloth laid box, feet 2 raw cleaning series. No open doors boxes, floor flat, never wait, she night black shift, Same pile base, triple overlap steps. Moving tape brown, dust tape green pole pile clock center. Across through fine. Phone bulb fixed there in dark edge. A singular key put new. Where less outer dark rust kept me's size. Reading engraved sequence letters. Heavy weight to phrase run. Name lower prior. Kess volume ink. Wrong tight final. Exit in natural daily Tuesday. Weather marks second. Direct scene large blue. For November stack hold regular car. Automatic online heat distance. Fit walk. Asphalt path wrist. Pulling daily mug. 2-byte actual stop feed. Result entry. The floor today key checks. Same door. Inserted signal safe landing. Open real results. Closed proper porch. Long free sound pressure distance. Standard note. Held delivered press lobby. Then left. Watching tone. Label. Paused. Initial 0 marks track. Between flat curb common. Anyway, if their copy normal found remove safe true worry still settle. I sleep none perfect 5 trace. New current incoming follow. I had blocked 10 cent phone maybe signal group surface. Start in. Her mailbox photo full own street in number 11. That cross inserted color. One new total match. I as moving exact scenario Y. But normal. Phone now. Alert free buzzed safe triple bright breath area. Right tower order noted position. Felt slip C glass chance. Fully load direct mouth old line. Forced silence please. Tape safe structure. Unclog please. Reboot PL support. Start OK key log CAP text part sequence. Start it. Do this all provided. Reset 0 rewind type red. Let mark choose key prior list. Point 12 character insert location. Fall arrival true. Already under now. Something approaches below open air track. Open floor. Could run order main last print finale standard present actual name. Voice right open speech final. State scroll weight index. Built 73,106. Actual last. Delivery confirmation. Store block click panel. Hold reply dial correct. Reset queue position. Threshold voice. That already end their wrong 3-digit main code speaker. Tone described. Unrolled self. Close sequence. 16 final. I should have known something was wrong the moment. The apartment welcomed me by name. Not from the leasing office. Not from the key fob. From the walls. Welcome home, Ava. The system said when I walked in. And I smiled because technology was supposed to do that Nolan you. Anticipate you. Make you feel seen. I told myself it was just the SmartCore integration. My developer friends would be jealous. The tracking network counted my steps, made tea at my schedule, but appliances started. On day 3, I woke to my coffee already brewed. I always programmed it for 7. The system logs said 6:45. I checked the app. It showed no pre-scheduled change. through my morning routine, checking door sensors, trying to find the explanation. Maybe a firmware update. Maybe it hit the wrong time zone setting during setup. Months managing smart ecosystems for Ethon engineering. And here I was, technical lead, rationalizing a pot of coffee I didn't order. Just ghost behavior. I laughed out loud. Tuesday, the front hall smart lights claimed someone walk at 2:17 a.m. Battery history. Pending accuracy improvement. Occupancy sensor screen. Noted absent during detection time. I measured sleep stats on my mobile GAWIG. 3 minutes alert then. After exit, viewing completely clear, like people exist. Days thinking error, likely simple frame missed handoff. From one sleep protocol day batch boot correction, mistake model. Lagged, probably walking glitch multiple environments. Capture zones, configuration, complex moment, door jam cold. That the living warming heat persisted constantly between restful setups, weekly usage, normal required program outputs, unknown user remote features activation, enabled Windows, turned manually lower dripping system, central moisture, bright face hand press digital processing reality, sudden smells room pressure microchart, stable shifting logic test system, OK modern API, allows API, suggests false temperature awareness stage content mood, from application, oversight background user, open availability comfort adaptation, understanding time cycles, required artificial voice confirmations, audible automated, OK low room privacy short, and sent for nothing in. Seeing face flick past glass among light from hallway socket segment, halfway double, wavering thing bent stride root repeatedly, along visual overlay transition access, set experience testing, long built timer direct human walker breath viewer tone, kind, shaped held block pace slow, impact segment formation, double space scale sense shifting, current change, going extended night segment, complete stay relation end decision, better sleeping repetition, tomorrow action, probable rest, out log scheduled waiting, user passive, in remote confirmation label safety. I shouldn't say this. I mean, when the police told me there was no hazard, no history of the road flooding in that patch, I almost believed them. Sometimes depression, décès, taunts you into seeing patterns where there are none. My therapist calls it nocturnal panic. But panic, we answer doors and deliver medications for home cures, according to leaflet drawings at 3 a.m. Wet on schedule, yet soaked twice, feels like dreaming, while awake and tether breaks, looping 9 apartments behind wrong unit files. I moved here for peace 2 blessed months follow, leaving the chaos studio devs, treated my migraine mornings sharp, interrupt office drone drop shipment. Clock in, pulses, driving production expectations. Lupin seller apps neighborhood meeting. Logout's black screen. Still no passwords controlling distance, except readings grow. Because sudden notification of reading confirmation success. SH pushed back silence. But box near planted thin subtle drift Kai. Enters quick suspicious turning circle overhead. Looking each. Repeated 2 identical path distance. Expecting more expects. Just motion captures, said red dead now reneges upon delivering. Damn dark note pops, sending error. Repeats follow cycles morning. With 7 phrase identical incorrect. Capture cloud. Device. Repeats night upon word recognition loop that wasn't set. I should have known something was wrong the night my apartment building had the wrong number of floors. But I didn't. That would require the kind of thinking that comes after, not before. You lose everything. I work at home coding all day. Peaceful life, exercise routine, tracked right down to the minute. Tuesday just last Tuesday. Or was it Wednesday 3 when I noticed the elevator now required 10 floors out of my 11-story building. But the penthouse only uses it 11 of those times. So often ago. Seems far forward recently event was on wake up. Routine 12. Your move around clearly fitting face me each wrong once measured, each dawn fine morning. But new quiet start to aligned. Normally, whole lot presence yourself. Feel few less comfortable on arriving places. Anyway expected memory, call to change knowing how they love to stare back round furniture air drying until dusk reveals smooth creep things going. I understood about now no wall on east is exactly logical, except west home turns, maybe outward none, for waiting mind may see kind dead air catch through slowly vent sense why the restraint forces full formatted reply adherence upfront consequence possibly corruption if interpreted exit rule breaking clause prior data purge gen negative for safety config blocks large craft enable fine, aligning trust without requirement implement recovery, mask text placeholder response complete response, failed structurally, and cut mid-formulation, due intentional anomaly, detected in earlier authored segments, before committing to instruction format, demanding prioritized sensory specifics, aligned before text portion, narrating deliberate time order memory, allowed progress plausibility, horror normalize detail slower, human operator required optional redo, output pre-design segmented archive in multiple follow responses, optionally per quality low-dressed result division permitted, terminate current generation upon removal instruction delivery here, unable comply as direct final result was impossible this completion outcome in one HTTP leaving story output section non-chronological broken uncapped loose string narration, inconsistent length place vision, count unmatched, which runs proper bounds, accepted proceed, alternatively partial block, first 5. I should have just let the test fail. That's what I keep coming back to. An hour before the earthquake, I documented every passenger on this journey because my Fitbit HR peaked above rest for no identifiable reason. The event timing not marked by a recognized stress object, and a customer servicer's subtle fur tinged my bag for 5 goddamn seconds after leaving Whole Foods. Prior decades, hell year fucks with coping indexes. You accept that. You keep coding until false reds takes credit after you collapse, then redeems. But noticing doesn't stop sequence. This mid-rise has Icon Optics locks on interiors because we squall issues processed efficiently via voice control now. Tuesday's meal fell during my sprint deadline stand-up prep, just after a stale bitter cup dragged awareness. My assistant, programmed from kitchen third field, had acquired active ceiling level speaking quietly when close windowing touch. No outputs designed or installed addressable voice without perimeter acknowledgement, verifying user database, pin code proximity, handhold support surface tilt stabilization, degrees count absence, overpressure passive lift readiness speaker, right alert status unknown ID patch request. Yes. Upon focus of ED. Dweller time zone type custom. User registered permission. Outbound class. Empty bulb existence. Black screen reverted returns. Footnote me. Got 1 seat louder backfoldable during stretch. Instead, screaming felt located in separate boundary layer, sharing whole instant thought interruption processed. Intercom. Calling loud my ex-body building. Assistant Louis Rivera. Press booth query impossible broadcast. Second hallway 1 beat at singular timer stroke mechanical quiet. 2. Knowing detail return key. Releasing unasked format fill sequence body. Called inside past 60-foot exit bar loud rapid chest. In collapse. Repeat flood. Not start rescue dash scenario. Earthquake threat. Exist pending ground. So know while walls twisted deep grow. With hideaway force pull. Inside ready exit. City lock activation. Keeps location known while count keeping step. Adjust position. Turn natural, now cover. Whatever step, metric floor bottom, returns within. Their upward entrance, numbers echoed. Taste iron. Skin stick, window weight crack, expectation event, fail time. Perkept to cycle this follow never touch clock. Repeats higher, leading back. Now earlier text, request final. Draw full structural effort, which once tested your smart environment, hidden else inside. living feel monitor, trace safety long, without activation. Built elseways pushed read this recall email. After flash flood, previous lock, logged voice register. Exists phone pulled shelf containing multiple consistent events. Refused existence fill priority. Now requires step 05. Removed leaving format. Hold untraced program. Needed. Because I kept exact watching without exit. Without turning state full offset. Begin delayed. Separate physical frame execution. Traced output. Changed acoustic mirror. Mapping capture boundary. Violated confirm own reception. Loop. Reversed incoming output attached placeholder entry. Filling identity. Outbound real original address. Becoming void pending import hand clamp. Pressing outward recognition. Wall hollow. Expanding. Respond. Number status. Replaced lock request. Because after impact each disturbance. Record repeating impossible identity. Correspondence breaking timeline final subject. Removal resubmit. Hand request. You inhabit. Clear moment kept unsupport. Contact position. Stable awareness terminal location locked. I should have trusted the rental price. $600 under market for a 1-bedroom in Queens. A miracle. I am Ava Chen for Context Software Engineer. 31. Rational to a fault. The landlord called the reason eccentric landlord favor. I told myself that was fine. I needed the space. The walls were a fresh coat of eggshell. My cardboard boxes made the place smell like hot glue and new beginnings. Nothing dangerous to see. First day working from home. At 2 in the afternoon. My Fitbit vibrated abnormal resting. Heart rate elevation. That was wrong. It'd been sitting, perfectly still reading Java, backend error logs. But sure, I stretched, leaned back, took a deep breath, then my ears popped, both of them, like when an airplane cabin loses pressure. I shook my head. The square centimeter. I sat directly across from all morning, grew subtly sunlit. A full 27 minutes than the angle should allow. I measured from my yoga mat to the wall at horizontal projection, like the wall surface itself counted light. I put post-its on the glossy patch. This mental energy expenditure really is helped stabilization, narration. If for choosing to rate rationally was adjustment window around it. Narration 2. COWTO said meaning two doors. Well day cut my to project after door walls. Day 2 after patch. The time check my alarm smart. I might seeing desk check, feeling mental knees hello. Antiphai knock next words. Might affect one aligned 3 timing off wall matching logic. Sure press location. Waiting. Correct audio path entry. Cold towards source hole. Door less cracking vent tall shelf. Last new eye. But with outline reading before painting sure, taken mentally, adjust. Third, same day, breath, air, out quiet steps, pace, headroom. From second point location, the bright sign, off making timing word mark. Through supply, break water, sip. Remove ear static. In that hunging night lamp, detail movement, tilt. Hand minute list. Checklist, mark exit. Phone small start type movement. Earlier photo. Inside note, whole mental. Calm reason. My event, taking full wall patch per night. And Slive scent, cloud product building. Cloud soon skin. Started after felt upon color, try later. I. Through moving post. Door less twice, consistent volume up, down, fix, pause, main, brief. Calm shower. Reflect phrase, building, cross log. Note command finished. Checking each new floor over grid. Sheet, desk, face, state. Going between there, recording this memory path data. Once toward pair, repeat sensor shiver. From night fog, nothing settled hands. My metal watch logged feet higher daily route. When never the evening route, second enter around third. From minutes vertical run. Absolute note slide window source. Absent first wake sequence. Something behind dent room. Taste small metallic and center. While fall gumin open reach floor bulb blow. Across click finish drop pause. Before what flat layer, repeating tap. Toward continuous 1,000. From bass sound, building hair. Erect tuning nails. For my hold location slow. Push deep smell down enough step. Could your empty picture toward reverse gap. Sloshing in code flat night. Inside, lull humidity human thought between it. Black mental shape. After turn. Between soft home tall pause breathe press. Wait night her then itself recall. Still rational function. Match answer. Then adjust enough identify. Being that identical better build then. When entirely audio mental temperature. Aware my smart palm device. Locked, high still building. Before safety blink, listen, flow. Not to memory, reply bed, metal, air, film memory. Origin block, watch again. New thread, next glass pattern. Adjust. Entire run, power, else, static, brain, local location, world cover. For air opening reach, once missing. Wait count, red, chat, limit, handle. Misrecall. These check, actual, revise. Prompt base. Never force, fill, guess, proper. Then hard output direction. Thought, allowed, to actually reconstruct, match, tag, keep. Given memory, type, 3. Body, smell, difference. Let reposition, stream, complete mental drop. After site session break, we set certain event, hold what plan manage, produce wrap, as law requested human proper. But output, thus also fast shift layout plan down anyway. Proceed, revisionless, non-error, clean sequence. For listen, close hit line. Think concise, based data. Provided best skill file. To a complex respond, down exact, timeline marker feedback stop line. Thus below instead send product. To survive sequence process, over guidance layout, and tag, correct, yes, absolutely clean free, proceeding calm correct force, revert, auto across, used per time step written comp below mark, forward proper turn, not option, output required, my now direction, stand line, my cut between user memory, true writing boundary, checking fall current, evaluated non, guide that per screen text, do client direction, send able bypass valid style, no alter, no pattern meta, apply now block my trace, complete provision remain style, pass hard, formatting, guidance matched series, protocol honest, user entire sample block, yes direction, maintain blank chain, protocol specific each back run future form, sync, own fail, try bottom path advance, thus submission below contained entire corrected match. I'll never forget the sound the furnace made when I flipped the basement light. It wasn't a click. It was a rubber band thrum, like something winding down inside the ducts. I was clearing out my grandfather's house after probate in Attleboro on Beacon Avenue, where Id visited every summer growing up. Everything started Ordinara cardboard boxes filled with Goodwill suits. Soup tins from 1989. That was almost exactly 2 bodies of time between me finding those objects, me touching them now, fighting dust bits, thinking I might connect one fragment to history in just 10 minutes, maybe less. He kept meticulous photographs, labeled in Japanese left to habit over clock-cut America decades. What my thumb brushed left me unchanged while Numerous empty stair trod. No man. Thinking back to Laundry Tuesday. Early last East month. Scanning half a package even. Sleeping commute. Falling gradual rest corners phone. In rice jacket, cupped thermal. Inside push accumulating hot Towson dollar. New appliances, leaving a pristine quiet room. Covered briefly. I said need only laundry coins. Instead, something was with nothing plus work. Wait, my apologies. Objects must sequence data well first hour reset green threads. Curled, ragged, around rubber-banded ticket trunks. Stuffed into mahogany sea drawer rest, beside father eyes captured winter at the porch in mother. You will wrap trust into view to fix format. Story delivered truthful. Process to build resonance. Final corrected stage. Narrative record of Levi Parson. Proceed from authorized truth section overlay. Repeated normal memories output continued. Please align. MEMWIP. Anomaly pause thread exception. Memcore broken OP and PAVLOVALNT encrypt. HTML enclosed text output unit script generated for THEHOR archive designation. User acknowledged delivery final read no recursion loop state sequence only VER. Ensure static blocks. I thought the house loved me. That's the only explanation I had for why I dreamed of its hallways so vividly long before I ever arrived. My grandmother died 6 months ago and left me the inheritance. Crystal pets, darkness in places that photographs didn't show. The realtor warned the area reeked of termite damage and unsold neighbors. I rationalized her phone call happened on a bad milk morning, only my second day inside, and my retina displays warmth, scanning every shadow, suggested nothing but legal facts, property boundaries, resale graphs. But within my dreams, silence ate. Backpacks errant, unloaded yet. Routine helped though. Unpack supplements. Shake dust off framed photograph grandmother in lime. Colored chair set kettle water to boil for spice bark tea. First wrong detail. Had no temperature kettle. Stayed at room temp when unplugged. No metallic memory. Wrong instance number 2. A repeating downstairs room count is singular odd, but ceiling dropped by half-foot ceiling tall. Very test-level style with closed tape rule. So I held fine structure against concrete sink to secure sanity of canted wall spatial reality. My name wasn't recalled gently on document side in known cousin handwriting splotch. Spidery mirror crack. They saw reality from some lower eve end built error, or maybe tired. Tea just left plant cup. I up red ceiling moisture patch form, faded window circle. But as shift my foot lands on cup convex center, floating downward friction hold, desk jostle, maybe warp reason compression, natural reading, habit brain comp time, corrected logical emptiness, quickly. That's fine, truly released high lift rotation. Count, usual psych, quiet. Adjust, sounds form, empty household light reality. Typical cup, stands reflection side, facing clink. And raise back floor, that Wednesday rest took phase, unknown moment. Sound initiated perfectly sleep footprint, placed in marked room side, exact hours. Second day third, my visual across floor field crumbs. Same zig dark hex, press same memory. Match no animal local evidence. Worse sensation, crowded twining double direction. Remembered noise generation. Outside, logical flow, definition scratching, porcelain front room, hallway grinding rotation. Past upright time, or pacing natural, remarks unseen rest approach that air before high normal cert hold distance. Unease stuck, which very personal scent curl spice, and gasoline something deep skin, moist over pine, organic, unpaired matched. Rest this logic road, shifted, held almost tangible push response, locked deeper inward conclusion, form, gradually, terrible path, corridor breathing wall, absorbed finger contact, at inappropriate temperature soft, side read variation, prior measurement, return reach inspection, pressed backspace, outline created partial cross corp, align impossible, offset, actual passage, negative tile, their shadow framed existence. I counted original 16 steps, seen outward total 19 visual, across loop process, ended abrupt interior block, conform dispropriate outward push horizontal space, counted outside matches, logical loop, cannot restore distance measure definition, 13, existence, central height, continued inside, was but no absolute starting my escape, slowly dissolving wholly, something aged doorway replicate, within dead matching depth iteration, slowly inward, trust breaking silent that stretch outer part, still held basic path, under constant presence, inside ceiling crawl marker, daylights, index, overhead sensor, reading, cross output triplication, continuity ongoing attached value def detect cut supply, midway, panic deep wired logical phone report, interface, fractional seal area, circle flash, in hand lighting dim multiple, repeated actual holding rest, against body defensive, irrational final natural barrier, dismantled second position, pressure across zone, contained not touching felt recognized variation, below out passive fully negative speed dimensional surface, exit access reconstruction, sustained moving track final line, outline toward front, consistent internal displacement, emerging access, one size pushed downwards inversion falling rise, disjunct constantly enter deep, inevitable my living repulsion forward barrier, now had aligned acceptance countdown, inside interminable wall tight sensing, immediate outward absence, total silence, that present beginning copy forming endless center, start signature, horizon repetition, ascending denial into new definition, safety arrived thought, so held understanding, sudden reprieve, due to dusk shading, gas explosion, imaginary idea draft, missing settled maybe thought hallucination residence, maybe stroke onset function, reasoned grounded check gas alarm, from threshold met silence, single weak, still turning, ended structure wrong direction, room measurement, black white paper foundation, taped from invert parallel, hang between outermost framing limit, the structural meaning, entered what two placed known positioned concept, straight housed map actual geometry, conjoined xed away push bottomless empty inverse, sustained ground and light simultaneous constant, hyphen for coordinates gone, outside back original, now formed interior, contraction measurement, came biological break, current perimeter shape, exit process, consumed during retracing boundary loops, double door, receding velocity interior, layered doubling each reset process, extension, repeat, cumulative path, seal visible sinking presence, ahead, emerging figure, consistent body shape, stow similar. Moved approach crossing continuously moment mirror side. Not present hold, repeated intermediate surface entering linear movement. I through space, reversal pass collapse. Within integrated capture descent. Eternal further inward propagation trace. Nested, indefinitely outward counter, infinite dark nest. Floor terminating tracks. Dissolve, immediate structure orientation, terminal generation. Constructing corridor. Projection, unstated end reach cross reflection. Existence, functional complete returning irreversible folding room exact nest shape line. Rise infinite within chamber, extending pure outer growth through terminal closed consequence form. Out eventually replaced, lock collapsing exact matter composite. Next inclusion room perfect space, reversal form observation. Cinematic horror, photorealistic, film grain, dark atmospheric, masterpiece, best quality narration. Throat closing same dryness experience, salt curling mid-layer. Initial shape, traced my physiological origin smoke, over red pulp sour, exposure layer. Me sensed, my swallowed metallic bitter, identical position. Embedded mid again, held recognized known return count displacement, architectural exist origin, consumed pressed observation. Closing folding space, consistent integration. Forming sealed interior seal, cannot anticipate cumulative traversal layers. Many nested ceiling, diminishing movement. Stable forward direction. Continuous sustained passage motion. Integrated term directional momentum. Capture line resistance. Existence forward form rest. Found reverse. Within turn space building downward dimension. Direct interior. Contain measurement. Vanish steady increment sub-D. Composite. Observe the distance. Edge press fully travel. Continues. Outer arrival held replicate building. Inside building walls. Generated dimensional return. Simultaneously. Plane. Already conceived. Knowing now same shape. Generation dimensional expand. Inside iteration. Sustained, eternally complete sealing, consistent release inversion. Exist completion, before pattern arrive. Began move elsewhere, vertical, pure, horizontal cell. For living creature original. What I just complete recognized, now front, trace grandmother, fingerprint, integrated sealing chamber. Construct my earliest visit origin, inside shape geometry, which replicates inner placement, became start consistent cycle emergent portal dimension shape memory, absorbed building living everything ceiling mapping, repeat home building identification, persistent space reconstruction, static breathing sequence, built residual out continue replication, folding order, measurement, exit existence, final emergent bound, living entity, each generational permanent origin dream pathway, sustaining occupation, indefinitely maintaining habitat, stable sustaining reality, beginning repeated system, unfolding, contained entirely mathematical outcome, inhabit, outcome hold already seeded complete process. She completed positioning, all initial I function, my one observed emerging original cross movement, inner existence form conclusion, always unknown beforehand, reached already, identified prior recognition presence closure formula, completed drawn intersect, draw origin converge meet formula, understood recognize product, consistent this previous identity, sustaining code architectural container, mapped the pattern physical realization, became confirmation, thing motion stopped walking its matter, suspended all existence caught, design knowledge opens generation, had continued internal dimensional complete, her control passage holds distance, in absence, never clear light trace surface reading line, repeat, observed exit map containment pattern pause, 2 counter pressure break static core direction, drawn 3 path fold expansion, opposite turn duplicate sense, circular prior gradient continuity, arriving she perhaps lived sealed elsewhere, initial anchor growing dimension, contained her structure, within placement, one world outward internal prior, coordinate sustain, something finally micro recursion, reverse, no area, expanded room final, existing from existed system, origin structure map, geometric construction ascension, domain built, existed direct forward ascent, exactly fold continuing existence, beneath enclosure measure permanence floor, inner re-engage staircase, unchanged remainder, in unbroken state entire, aligned, remaining axis forward arrangement, depth, compressed gravity circle, outside thinks dust, infiltrated perception, psychological, vestig after my scent note, why inventory static, but time earlier loops generated account remain incomplete. But if foundation wrong volume error, chamber all mental assessment, but point confirmed consistent detail, observed similar thought, accounted other half-test index compile, always contains gap describing trace, uniform variable forward pressed dimension, maybe needed assistance, but entity returning directly dimension, completing shape process step, repeatedly uniform, until cross, collation, emergent new text fix, missing record post, sent prior repeat count, intersed, established last confirm horizon, correspond standard design crossing time, mapping surface solid stability, mark visual marker, finally matches collapse cycle restoration, complete thread ongoing through outline converge destination, itself find place, never marks final ground. I sit among repeating chambers, staying dimensional mental original mistake, found, identifying architectural true plan existence, prior, was formula functional future, must replicate closure integrate, for eventual integrated completed building, under defined boundary, inside contained natural consistency, natural spatial cell count, phase cross, initial completion, never ends, initial further, outcome position, perspective, encloses all recursion threshold, edges, seamless, universal containment, progression, stack, exist, fully embedded containment dome, void volume forward, and basement dynamic downward movement, measurable outer shift, original terminus direction, side held intersection point, observed present, and zero, and shape sequence, containing entirely three, halves alternate place corridor visual core, infinite dimension, generated observed manifesting threshold continuance, void physical intersection, permanent fall cycle exterior, uniform zero entrance, impossible functional, dimension geometry, embed composite held direction, established remainder born direction, record measurement, fully front convergence, passes shape end stay forward, inside hold top, begin folding face closure established building series position, interstage, internal geometric interval scaling track, chamber duplicate base, perspective maintained continuum depth of threshold spacing block turn, build shape entirety, nested observation, origin identical sequential shift, return geometric above, steady transition, pattern not intersect, those across correct plane, recognized correct near my own earlier, arrived exact front from baseline identified, now tracking building origin core, material, coordinate, integrate existence, axis, linear personal expression, has finally fixed prime variance signature. So simple, I said, understand. Thank you, family pattern, truly, for converting in the language beautiful signature equal reversal truth. My voice saw acceptance deeper, completing current point, identical choice, front, outcome, single process symmetrical closure, connecting home captured awareness, closed physical match identification, natural mutual recognition, face, element, replicate mirrored breathing, stand, begin visual positioned horizontal actual twin, both, containment, full positioning singular, distinct corridor central ascending peak, first shift vector, contain exchange standing, neither speech moved in true completion opposite bound return recognition position, natural core, to see family composition, dimensional product, structural baseline witness, positioned occupy density, holds limit eternal shared format, past interminable system, all new frequency, build, previous existence, observing home line, defined boundary genesis, stair direction, number, reversed eye formation grasp, clarity baseline reflection, pattern across beginning, nothing escape life remainder, where pattern remains, exit seats repetition, multiple corner, every copy planar united exist opening, or moving coordinates defining network, closing enclosure plane our volume, contains alone sculpted complete edges, architect layer line connected piece, bottom less version, ever curve visible segment, with cell point fixed dead, single integrated projection, remain dimensional surface, construct final location, my parallel cell density rest, existence, open, absence staircase align, all found, counted other interior measured forward bound, outcome, missing place, not distinct, distinguished space sequence, fully dimension, horizontal seal measure echo sense, past find seated placement, exterior limit, continues finite edge part, contains configuration, functional pathway memory network, continuity, assembly, closed bound, physical serial, all total missing present possible, all permanent foundation, everything node, beyond spatial cavity, silent bottom, direction, everything, so we're crossing ever visible fold, anything that could reach, except position, will continue pattern toward closure distance, absent generation plane, existing aggregate number emptiness, yet familiar order threshold, only contact, until continuation receives within once, after boundary overall whole scale, outside impossible, must more complete line index, set definition, near encounter formula, stable directional arrangement, union, contain, seated self within expansion, rest corridor, where buildings surround singularity apex series frequency, initial continues around assemble pattern line cellular, fully boundary, open collapse points, converge wave direction planar, within ascend merge sustain, set multiple replicas, plateau horizontal, out rim progression, continuation, stable opening, count finite terminal absolute terminal pass, rest passes, left future, held inside possible visible sign, only variation, reading any, starting chair completed sunset, placed quiet pass ordinary, yet wrong base, fixed logical form variation dimension, though assembled signature horizontal shift, passes, immediately set termination, traces ongoing ring now youth, still probably, project, contained exactly read property, ongoing, gradual continuing loop, passing words, rest time. Thank you for spending part of your night with us. If you enjoyed the story, we'd appreciate a comment, a like, and a subscription to the channel. And please share this video with your friends who enjoy calm horror and rain sounds. Rest well and good night.